Hi darlings, Marianne here, coming to you from Southern California, talking about past life regression healing, and today's topic is career. And this is for anybody that has any questions or really confused in this day and age, and obviously in the current life, about what they should do for a career or life purpose, anything in that realm. Now, this is a great way to use past life regression for just gaining information. Like if you just look at this life, you're only getting a snapshot of who you really are. But if you see other lifetimes, it's not only showing you sort of who you are, but it's giving you just far more information. It's giving you like a full-length movie instead of a 5-minute documentary. You're able to see what you've been through and how that makes you who you are today. And of course, the backdrop is always who you really are, which is divinity, which is a child of God and part of the divine and one with the universe and collective consciousness and all that good stuff. But anyway, we all have to do something with our lives. We all need to make a living, we all need to survive, and we all need to, ideally contribute to the whole and give back and all that good stuff. So, excuse me. Now, I had a client come to me and he had career questions. And at first I was a little bit like, okay, this is different. I mean, I do career coaching. Since I came out of my corporate job, the first thing I did was do career coaching because I was in the world of recruiting. So it's sort of the natural transition for me before I got into this sort of work. So it was comfortable in that regard, but it was something I would normally more like give advice rather than use regression techniques. But it was really neat because in the session I was guided to regress him to see what he did in a past life. So we took, and this is something you can actually do quite easily, you just take all the feelings, you sort of pull up all the emotions. I'm just tell you how I do it basically. Pull up all the emotions that you would have around how you would feel about doing something you really love to do. Like, imagine what that feels like to even get up in the morning to go do what you really love to do. Now, you're very good at this thing. You have natural skills and abilities in this area. You love to do it. You just come alive. You use these sort of words and these sort of techniques to bring up this sort of emotion. So you get yourself in the state where you're really feeling it. You're feeling it in your body. You're feeling it in your soul. You're feeling it in your mind. All of these things. You're feeling it in your emotions. That's really important. And then you sort of close your eyes and you focus in, and you will get something. You're going to get a flash or a vision or a feeling, or you're going to see yourself doing something. And with this particular client, he really quickly regressed back to a time where he was forging metals, and he was like a not a metallurgist. Anyway, it was more like being a blacksmith, but he loved the working with metals and everything that came along with that. So it was really neat. It's really neat for him to see, because it helped him to understand that one part of who he is someone that really likes a practical work, somebody that likes to do hands-on work and see that he loved to see the finishing product. He loved to work with the metals, and he loved the creative side of it. So this is really neat, and this is something I've sort of come up with before in a book I've written under my other name, my married name, and that is about career reinvention. So I don't know if you're interested in that, but it's by Marianne Kinkelar, and it's called Career Reimagined, and it's available on Amazon if you are interested in that. And one of the best parts about that book is you're able to figure out what your work type is. So there's like having a work style or a work type, whether it's practical, creative, maybe you're a helper, or you're an entrepreneur, or you like more a traditional role with sort of the security and safety of a job and an income where you work for somebody else in a structured environment. There's a scientist, and then there's one other. So what a helper, scientist, entrepreneur, creative. I think that's it. Must be missing one. Anyway, if you're interested in that book, look that up. But anyway, we were able to do that with him, and then balance how we felt about one option he was thinking about versus another option. And actually what worked out was the merging of the two together is what came together in that session. So it was really practical. It was actually a really fun, light session. He didn't have to do anything really heavy to get his answers. It was just a matter of going back and seeing that he really loved to do this work in a past life. So great example of how a past life can be, regression can be fun and can be really, you can gain valuable information and insight through doing one of these regressions. So like I said, it doesn't always have to be sort of the heavy stuff for people that have already on their spiritual path a bit further along and have done a lot of their trauma healing. This can be other options. So I will be covering other topics as well that are a bit more on the sort of the positive side, and we could go into that, but there's really no limit. You could have a question about something totally random and it could get answered in this way. When you see, you know, we can learn from the past, basically. When you see another life, you can learn, you get information from that, and we learn from that. What did I do before? How did that work out? Was it a good choice? You know, you could see yourself in a spiritual role in a past life. Was I a shaman? Was I a guru or a Buddhist monk? I mean, it's kind of fun to see, what did I do? What other paths did I go down? Is there a reason why I've avoided religion maybe in this lifetime, or why I gravitate towards metaphysical teachings as opposed to, you know, organized more traditional religions? Because maybe you've been there, done that in other lifetimes, and you just know that there's more for you in this lifetime. Or you're drawn to psychic work or mediumship or something, you know, like that. Because we are in a day and an age where all that kind of work is much more acceptable now. It's an exciting time to follow a real spiritual path like that, where you're not going to be judged, you're not going to be, you know, burned at the stake for being a witch or something if you want to go down one of those paths. So that's about it on that subject. There's plenty more to cover, but I just wanted to give you a little snapshot about how past life regression work can be used to access this kind of information. So if you'd like to find out this is more or work with me, this is something that can actually be worked over the phone pretty easily, because, you know, not being as traumatic, it's going to be quite light and quite easy and quite fast. So you could even do it yourself. I mean, I think I gave enough information for you to sort of pull up those feelings and those emotions and thoughts and see what comes to you. You might be really surprised what you've done in the past. So if you get stuck or if you need some help, reach out. If you would like to work with me, that would be fantastic. I'm in the Southern California area, or I can do this kind of work over the phone as well. So I hope this video has been helpful. Feel free to subscribe to my channel, or look out for my website, which is mariannrogers.com, and I will provide a link below. And talk to you soon. Have a great holiday season. Take care. Bye.